Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to TIMBP Live. We made it. We made it another week. I don't know how. But we certainly did. Where the heck is everybody? Where's everyone? What's going on? Jeffrey Wack was kind of here. Hello again, Whiskey Friends. Hello, Jeff. Had some folks stopping by on Instagram as well. T Adams 1080, New Jersey Bourbon _ Bounty Hunter. The Irish Whiskey Explorer. Hello, new friend. Good to see you. It's like nobody's showing up. What's going on? It is Thursday, right? Okay. Tony Baggett Donuts. I made it another week sober. Next time you see me, I'll be drinking again. Good for you, Tony. How's the new year treating you, Perry? Jeffrey Wack, it is treating me very well. It has been a great start to 2024. I cannot complain at all. If I could get rid of... The only thing I guess I really could complain about is if I could get rid of the upper respiratory infection that I have, which has just been so frustrating and quite the nightmare. But it's all good. It happens. Mike Green stopping by on Instagram. Royal Liquor, Royal Oak, hello. And Abandoned Bourbon, what's going on, Brian? Oh, hello. Good to see you, man. Hope you're well, hope you're well. I hope you've had a good start to your year, too, Brian. Excuse me if I have to clear my throat a few times, but it's just how it's been. Doug Hoff, hello, Doug. San Francisco's World Spirits Competition stopping by as well. SFWS, hello. It's good to see you all. Hope you're having a good week. Oh man, I caught COVID and I can't shake the thing either. Taste buds and smell intact though. That's good. That's good. Maybe I've just got a weird lingering COVID. I don't know. I hope not. I haven't been tested, but Eden was sick last week. She got tested for COVID and RSV, and both came back negative. So I'm fairly confident I don't have it. But Curtis Conrad over on Instagram. What's up, Kurt? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you've been well. Long-term member of the TIMBP family, of course. One of the original co-hosts. Always a seat for you when you want to come back and have some pours and hang out with some Kurt. Been drinking a lot of zero alcohol beer Bloody Marys this week. I'm excited to try them with actual beer. That sounds interesting. Is it Australia Day? Is it really Australia Day, Chris? Happy Australia Day to you from down under. Well, and from not down under. From very much up here. But I do hope that you are having a wonderful Australia Day. Every day is Australia Day. That reminds me of... Hold on. Oh, come on. I should be able to find this easily. There we go. Oh, it's not even... Okay, never mind. It's a funny bit, but it doesn't track the way that I was thinking. Oh my goodness, what's everybody drinking? I myself have not poured anything just yet. Wanted to review this here Yellowstone on a fresh palate. Figured I'd best save the 120 proof bourbon flight for a little bit later on. Excuse me. But then to also do the cocktail in between as well. I'm very excited to talk about this new cocktail that I've been working on. Had a few times. And really been enjoying it. It's not entirely my own creation. I did have some inspiration, but I have kind of been tweaking it here and there. So we will get there. Zero sugar cherry Pepsi. There you go. Bourbon Baker over on Instagram stopping by. Hello, Bourbon Baker. Hope you're well. And if you haven't liked yet, please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. Support the show by also supporting Mr. Snuffleupagus back here, the patron saint of TIMBP Live, by heading to the Stream Elements link in the description. Using that to tip. Every donation, every tip through the Stream Elements link shows up on the top left-hand side of your screen as well. You can see from last week's giveaway. John Hughes had a message. So if you want to be like John, support the show. If not, thank you so much for being here. What's up, Anthony? Stopping by over on Instagram. As you can also hear, Eden and Lucy are home too. I think you might be able to hear Eden in the background. I'm not sure. Anthony Iturrieta, I like supporting the show. Thank you for liking and supporting the show, Anthony. Cheers to you too, Emily Chambers. Good to see you. Cheers, y'all. Cheers to you. I hope you have been well. Good to see you for another week. Hi to you too, Anthony. Good to see you, man. We haven't chatted much recently. Let's catch up. Let's catch up soon. Do some catching up. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start the dissection of this here Yellowstone toasted bourbon. Special Finishes collection. I'm not even really sure when this actually came out. What's cracking? Hanging with Bill. Hello, Hanging with Bill. Hello, Bill. It's good to see you. Whiskey Nose, Mr. Marty himself. Cheers, Perry. Cheers to you too, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Yellowstone toasted bourbon. Oh, well, apparently I didn't want to, when I searched for it on Google, it didn't autocomplete for me, and so I just Googled the color yellow. This is a 4-year-old bourbon, apparently. Oh, come on. Surely I've been to enough bourbon websites where everybody knows when my birthday is by now. I'm 30. I mean, did it had to have just come out recently, right? I don't see like there's no like press releases. There really aren't a whole lot of reviews either. The earliest I'm seeing is November of 23. Jeff from Whiskey Fellow has a review. Average Drinker. Okay, so there's some reviews, but this one I feel like just hit Lexington not too long ago. Clifton, Mr. Bourbon Bites himself, stopping by on Instagram. Hi, buddy. Good to see you. I'm excited for your stream tonight. Looking forward to seeing what you think about that Maker's Flight. Lil says, hi, all from besides me. She's feeling a little colored today. Hope you feel better soon, Lil. Good to see you. I will not call you Shirley, Bill. I'm sorry. Meowdy, everyone, from Donnie the Linux Cat. Hello, Donnie. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hanging with Bill Barrel Ring King. Yes, indeed. Cheers to you too, Cliffy. Good to see you, man. I wish I had my Elijah Craig toasted nearby so I could compare it to this, to the Yellowstone. But honestly, the Yellowstone smells pretty daggum good. A lot of brown sugar on the nose. Emily says, I'm sure the knobs are great. We're going to find out in a little while. Yeah, a lot of brown sugar, a lot of there's a fruitiness to it on the nose as well, which is really nice. Again, I apologize for having to mute my mic and cough, but I don't want to cough with the mic on because that sounds awful. It's incredibly viscous. I mean, the legs are crazy on this. If it's going to focus, I don't think it is. Arsenic Culture, hello, friends. Good to see you. Stopping in on Instagram. Yeah. For a second. Look, you're a unicorn. I love you. Oh, goodness gracious. Sugar Kitty's here. Hey, what's up, Sugar Kitty? Meow back to you as well. Hope things are well. Truly, this smells fantastic. Is there something else going on tonight on... Is there a... Is somebody else streaming right now? Or a game or something? I don't know. I'm just surprised. There's not a whole lot of people here tonight. I am happy you all are here. Don't get me wrong. I could not be happier. I'm just confused. Patrick Mahan. Hello, Patrick. On Instagram. Thank you for stopping by. Come by YouTube if you want to watch for a little while longer. We're having a good time. Andrew with the $5 snuffy chat. Andrew West. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope you're doing well. No football. Is there basketball? I don't know how sports work, Donnie. Sports happen to me. Like I don't usually engage with sports. And when I do, it's a very rare instance. But yeah, they kind of just happen, and I am there. Maybe no one realizes it's Thursday. I think that's kind of what's going on. 4 bourbon streams going at the moment. 15 minutes and it will be 5. Who else is streaming tonight? Sports ball. Yes. Lots of basketball this time of year. Yes, indeed. NASA B95 on Twitch. Thank you so much for stopping by. I don't normally get a lot of Twitch watchers, but thank you for being here. Hello, friend, to you as well. I'll say cheers. It's good to have you. The Whiskey Reaper over on Instagram. This is the most important stream. Thank you, Anthony. How is streaming going, NASA? It is going very well. Thank you so much. It's going well so far, at least. I'm a whiskey guy on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here. Cam's on at 8:30. Of course, I mean, Cam, people are gonna watch Cam over watching TIMBP. Bad Axe, Tipsy, Bourbon Bounty, and you all on. Then Drifting Drams in 15. My man, guitar or bass? Whiskey Reaper, I am a guitar player through and through. I'll slap a bass every now and then, though. It's like Inception in here. Yes, it is, Bill. Yeah, Bill. Yes, thank you for stopping by on Instagram as well. Is it okay? See, this is what I was talking about on an episode of the podcast recently, like the actual podcast, not TIMBP Live. Also, Joe Dickinson, I don't know if I said thank you so much for being here or not, but thank you. Shout outs to Drop D. Heck yeah, brother. Heck yes, Whiskey Reaper. But I guess Tipsy is Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. Bad Axe and Bourbon Bounty. I don't know who they are. And then I don't know who Drifting Drams is either. Unless that's somebody else that. But what I was talking about on an episode recently was there are so many channels and there are so many daggum just podcasts and YouTube channels, and it's hard to keep up with. But I need to do a better job of keeping up with it. So there's new channels for me to check out. Tony says, I'm leaving to start my own stream with hookers and whiskey. Wait, forget the whiskey. Speaking of Drop D, any King's X fans in here? I do not know King's X. Also, Whiskey Reaper, I see you. Cheers, we're number one. We are number one indeed, my friend. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you so much for being here. I haven't heard of a single one, so this live reigns supreme. Well, thank you. I've definitely been, I've not to claim like seniority or anything, but Thursday night at 8 o'clock has been my time for a long time. Which is fine. I mean, it doesn't, like, I got real bent out of shape when people started, like, streaming at the same time as me a couple years ago. But, like, I don't care. I really don't care anymore. I mean, there's so many channels. There's so many. There's just... I think... I don't know if I would say there are way too many, Joe. But I would say that there are just a whole lot. And I don't know. I'm of two minds about it because I want to support people in their creative endeavors. But it's just there's a level of like it doesn't feel as special as it used to anymore. I don't know. But at the same time, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about bourbon. Like everybody has it's an easily accessible, easy to pick up kind of deal. And it's, I think it's, anybody can start a YouTube channel. Anybody can start a podcast. You just have to have the drive and the dedication for it. A lot of the channels only do live streams. I don't understand that. That to me is the one thing that really separates my understanding. And even Clifton. But Clifton's different because he did videos back in the day, right? So there's like building that community and that following on content, right? And if it's just live streams, I mean, I understand that that's the content, but like hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, some people, you know, I mean, not that a lot of whiskey people are doing it, but it's not like, you know, an 8-hour live stream from big hitter streamers are unheard of. They're not. And it's just hard to, like, it's hard to parse through that and not have any kind of like easily digestible content too. I don't know. I mean, it's probably me just being an old fart. But I don't know. Bad Axe Bourbon is Bobby in California. He's a firefighter. Didn't know that. Bourbon Bounty is Jody and Mr. Great Shot. Okay. Instead of the Drifting Drams, who are the Franchies. I knew that and I forgot it. It's Drums and Drams Cam. And I mean, like I said, I think Cam, when it hits 8:30, will lose some viewers because Cam's a bigger draw. And that's just part of it. And you know, too, I don't make a lot of YouTube videos. I make podcasts. So, you know, it goes both ways. The days of one at a time are long gone. No kidding. Clifton has always done both. Yes, that's what I was saying. But there is the pub style that has come up doing nothing but hangouts. Fine. Again, I think it's completely fine. To me, there's always been that, like, you do your videos, you do your content. Drifting Drams is Katie and Ethan Turk. Oh, yeah. The Franchies are the worst. What is it called? The worst bourbon channel ever? Or so? Sorry, Franchies. I apologize. But what I was saying, and that's the thing too, Sugar Kitty. Everyone has their niche. Everybody gets by because they have their own audience, and it's okay. Yes, 100%, completely agree with it. It's just different. It's a different landscape than it was 5 years ago, and it's a much different landscape than it was even 2 or 3 years ago. It's crazy to think, and really stop and think about this for a second. The pandemic started 4 years ago. The COVID-19 pandemic started 4 years ago. Crazy. I don't know any of them, but I know Pear Bear. Hi, everyone. Hello, Brian Bernicki. Good to see you. I hope you're well. It's good to see you, my friend. Hope you and Tammy are hanging in there. I say that like something's going on. I don't think anything's going on. I enjoy lives where the host interacts with the chat more than any other content. Cool. Awesome. I mean, that's what I try to do anyway. You know? Sorry, yes, worst bourbon channel. I meant the Turks. I confused those two. All good. I'm a 2 or 3 years ago kind of guy. Everyone gets along, but you're right that the landscape has changed. Yes. Yeah, I think, and like I was saying too, also Jared Sears, one of my oldest friends, swinging by on Instagram. Hello, my friend. It's good to see you, buddy. Hope you and Emily are well. Everyone gets along, but you're right, and the landscape has changed. Yeah, that's the other part of what I was getting at too a little bit earlier, which was when the playing field was way more level and there were less people doing all of this, it was easier to get kind of like, the phrase I used was bent out of shape, when people started like encroaching on your space, right? And I mean, it's just part of it. The things change. I mean, nobody like. There's it. It's this, I see it the same way that I do local news, national news, and late night shows. Tonight Show, Late Show, Kimmel, whatever. Like you pick which one you like and you go for it, and that's completely fine. It's spreading the wealth. It's just crazy how many there are these days. It's just wild. Tammy says hi to. Hello to you too, Tammy. Dad duty calls. Have a good night, Anthony. Hope that you hope that dad duties go okay. Scott Honeycutt over on Instagram. Good to see you, Scott. Hope you're doing well. Anyway, that's the old man get off my lawn rant. That's not even a rant. I'm not like mad about it. It's just like crazy. You know, again, I don't mean to harp on the same point. I just can't believe. I stick to personal connections. I have one here, so that's where I hang. I'm the same way. If it's somebody that I have a connection with, somebody I know and love, that's what I'm going to watch. It's funny too because there's so many channels who have started with the formula. They have started with the algorithm already kind of being ready for them, and they are able to do super well with it, and it's crazy. It's wild. And then there are people like me who are just sticks in the mud, and I'm like, I want to do the things that fulfill me, and I want to make content that fulfills me, and it's been successful. Like I'm not upset about it, but I don't want to do Buffalo Trace episodes and videos every other week. I don't want to do bourbon hunting videos and episodes every other week. The thought of it just wears me out. Like it's not even like engaging at a certain point. It's just the same old thing over and over and over again. Anyway, that's officially the end of my rant. Cheers and get off my lawn, Scott. You are correct. Great to get to watch live. Thanks for the shout out. Of course, Jared. Good to see you. KKC 1197. Hello, KKC. Almost done with mostly dry January, where I do believe that a rising tide raises all ships. There is some dilution of the audience. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sugar Kitty, I don't know how you do it listening to all five at once. Everyone does their own thing, and that's the great part here. It's not like some other communities that just poach each other, and it's all drama. Yes. I found your channel through Matt Madness the first year. I always try to catch your streams and videos. Joe, thank you so much, man. I do sincerely appreciate it because, you know, I don't put out videos of reviews very often. When I do, I mean, they're not like huge productions or anything. But I try to make them very TIMBP. Josh Cawthon, hello, my friend. Hope you're well. As long as you're feeding your creative needs, the audience that enjoys what you're putting out will be there. Amen to that. Josh, also, I am sorry I have not gotten back to your email. This has been a crazy week, and every time I go to reply, my brain goes in about 18 different directions. And I get the feeling that's only going to get worse over the next couple of months. Excuse me. But thank you. Thank you for offering to help me out with some bottles. That wasn't supposed to be a question mark. What you said was bourbon hunting is the hot thing. Just ask Bruzel. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Bruzel's a great a great case study on how the algorithm works. And I mean, he's done a great job slotting into being a bourbon influencer. I mean, that's what he does now, man. His streams go for a long time, and you know, this is the same thing I've been saying recently. It's wild to see like channels and podcasts and everything just like outpace you. Because they do eventually. Like it depends on what you want to get out of it. And Bruzel figured it out, man. I'm so afraid Bruzel is going to come to my hometown. Where is Bruzel out of? Hey y'all, what's up, Dev? Good to see you. Devin Patel. Always good to see you, my friend. No worries. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. I watch Bruzel from time to time, but you can 100% tell it's a money grab for him. He's from Alabama. Okay. He seems like a genuinely nice dude. I like watching him from time to time. I've not seen a whole lot of his content. What I have seen, I mean, again, I get it. And that's not meaning to be negative either. I just I understand. I get what's going on. Instead, I choose to go on rants about private labels, and then I eat my words for it. So, all right, this has been sitting in my glass for like 15 minutes at this point, if not longer. So I'm gonna finally take a drink of the Yellowstone toasted bourbon, 100 proof. This is a 4-year-old bourbon. I believe it is their own distillate, but cheers. Thank you all so much for being here. Sincerely, genuinely. If you're watching on the replay, listening to the audio version, if that goes up, thank you. Can we talk about laser coats? I can't. That's corny. Brian, every now and then I catch a wild hair, and I will look at a laser code for a rare breed. Every now and then. LLGC, baby. If it's out there. If it's out there and you know what's what. I'm not going to pull the if you know, you know. It's got like 13 or 15-year-old wild turkey product in it. Just... How about sharks with friggin' lasers? We could talk about sharks with lasers. Sure, why not? How cool would that be? Dangerous. Incredibly deadly. But cool. I'm not a big fan of this on first sip. It feels very young and very corny-y. I'm a smart idiot. What is going on, Brandon? Good to see you. What's the... And Bourbon Santa over on Instagram. Hello, Bourbon Santa. Ho, ho, ho and stuff. What's that new game that everybody's streaming to on Twitch? Pal World? Is that what it's called? Luca Mariano Distillery. Hello. Luca Mariano, I have not tried your all's product yet. I see it in Lexington from time to time. But I have not gotten around to... Yeah, Pal World is that new game everybody's streaming. Yes, I've not tried Luca Mariano yet, but I would very much like to. Get you on the podcast sometime too. I just got that Yellowstone toasted. Joe, it's good. It's not, well, it's fine. I'm not like blown away by it by any means. I just can't get over how how light it is. I mean, the toasting process is supposed to beef up a flavor profile, and it's so thin. It's crazy how much alcohol is lingering too. The finish is like, excuse me, it's like just ethanol. Well, also it's $50. Like, I don't know. And I love Yellowstone. I mean, there are some great products that they put out. This is just it's not hitting for me. Unfortunately. It's just, it doesn't seem like it would be that thin. Joe, the sample guy. Hello, Joe. My local did a Yellowstone pick and did well. Best thing from that distillery I've had. Their picks are really good. Their limited editions are always fantastic. I think even their regular, is it 90 proof bourbon, is quite good as well. I don't have any problem with that. When will this cough go away? Maybe never. But yeah, I've always really enjoyed their I've really enjoyed their picks. While you're here, remember to lick the like and like the lick. It tastes like Snuffy personally approved it. Yes, and if you want to support the show, you can do so through the Stream Elements link for Snuffy Chats. They support Mr. Snuffleupagus right back there, the patron saint of TIMBP Live. Get your message up here on the left-hand side of your screen. But only if you do it through the Stream Elements link for tipping. Shoe of electric boots, a mohair suit. You know I read it in a magazine. Benny and the Jets. Pop Ritter's in the house. I also have the cough that won't go away. It's fun. It's so much fun right now. It's just all in my chest. Oh, goodness. Everybody say, hey, Papa Ritter, by the way. I want to make one of these cocktails that I keep talking about. Because this has been one of my recent favorite drinks. Nobody tell Eric either, because I'm going to be making one for him when we record tomorrow as well. But I haven't come up with a name for this just yet. I talked about it a little bit in our Discord, which if you support the show on Patreon, patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast, everybody over there, no matter what tier you're on, you have access to our Discord. So I like to start by getting my glass all nice and chilled. Now, in a perfect world, I would probably shake this, but I don't know where my shaker is right now. Excuse me. And instead, I've just kind of been stirring, but it works just as well. And I've been using Turkey 101 as my bourbon of choice, but I wanted to kind of go a little bit heavier with or a little bit of a more spirits forward bourbon. So, and I don't know how this is gonna work, but I'm excited to try it out, at least on stream. I'm going with Uncut the Younger. So this is a bourbon mead raspberry cocktail. It's kind of a take on a smash, but there's no actual smash involved in it. It's really just using the sweetness. Oh, and there's lemon in it as well, so we'll get to that. The sweetness of the honey from mead and the sweetness of the raspberry simple to balance some of the tartness that comes with the lemon, and also throw a few dashes of bitters in there as well. So start out with our 2 ounces of bourbon. And by the way, I don't know where my any of my measuring instruments are either, so I've just been using a Baby Glen from Heaven Hill, roughly 2 to 2.5 ounces. So if you kind of guesstimate where the 2 ounces would be, that is a great way to do it. So take that 2 ounces of bourbon. Been doing roughly 1 ounce to 1.5 ounces of mead. And I am using Chaucer's mead. Pretty standard, pretty regularly available. Nothing crazy, definitely not going to break the bank. I think this was $15. Delicious wine made from 100% pure honey. Oh, then if I'm stirring like I have been, I like to go for the bitters next. I'm just using regular old Angostura. Just a nice little extra aromatique. Come on. Now, I've been doing 5 dashes, but that is also completely up to your taste, whether you like bitters or not. Then we're taking, I've just bought a raspberry simple. It was at our liquor barn. Because there's already quite a bit of sweetness from the mead, I'm only going for 1/2 ounce of the raspberry simple. And then balancing it out. And sure, like actual fresh lemon juice would probably be better, but this was the easiest way for me to get lemon juice. And I go for about 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Mixing it all in a chilled glass. I need to put the cork back on the bourbon, or that could have gone poorly. And like I said, I am mixing with the spoon to get everything nice and homogenized. And then, depending on the level in the glass, I like to typically add a couple extra cubes on top. just to ensure that it stays nice and cold. Oopsies. Knocking the baby Glenn over. I don't know what's going on. All right, so like I said, I don't have a name for it just yet, but I do like this cocktail quite a bit. Little bitter, little tart. But it's a nice balance. So, cheers. Make your own at home. Let me know how it goes for you. Drink mead, too. I like mead a lot. You can't go wrong with it. It looks almost Negroni color. Kind of. It's a little bit redder in person. Maybe it's actually getting the color quite nicely on camera. But it's almost like a not hot toddy in some ways. But it is quite good. I highly recommend. Highly recommend making one of these. Josh says that sounds delicious. I'll have to grab some mead this weekend and try it out. Absolutely. Pop Ritter says, Perry, we should make one on Sunday. We are definitely going to make one on Sunday. Getting together for Lucy's birthday. Lucy's birthday is on Monday. She turns 31. The Kentucky Honey Bear. Ooh. Scott, I like it. The Kentucky Honey Bear. Hey, there you go. P-Switch over on Instagram stopping by. There we go. Good to see you. Oh man, I love Kentucky Honey Bear. I think that's a fantastic name for this. Garen Carve? What's going on with my computer? The CPU is going crazy as well. The KHB, the Kentucky Honey Bear. I'm gonna put that to the side so I can keep drinking on it a little bit. Mead can be fantastic, but I can only drink a little at a time. They served mead at Bunratty Castle in Ireland. I love mead, man. Great name indeed. Mead is so like... When I first had it last year, it was one of those where I was like, I get it. I just got it. Because it's the world's oldest style of alcohol. And it's supposed to be the easiest alcohol to make as well. Mead, food of the ancients. Not to be confused with GHB. That would be bad. That would be bad. You're right, Tony. I have never had mead. I feel like I've brought mead over to the house before, Papa Ritter. Could be wrong. It's a nice honey wine. I mean, that's basically what it is. It's just honey wine. All right, putting that to the side. We are going to go through. Honey is so naturally sweet. There's so much sugar to easily ferment. Yes, indeed. I also want to do this. Is a big old stream. A lot of stuff going on. Wanted to do a Knob Creek flight as well because I've not done one of these in a while. And I thought I've got a few picks that I picked up recently that I thought would go very nicely into a flight. The other night, I ran into Liquor Barn and just happened to see on their shelf a 9.5 year Knob Creek pick from 2020. It was just there. Bubba BMWM5. Hello, Bubba. Stopping by on Instagram. Good to see you. There was a 10-year, almost 11-year pick at a different Liquor Barn sitting on their shelf. And then my friends over at the Bluegrass Barrel Pickers just put out their Knob Creek pick as well. It's called Knob Creek Vacation. It's got a great National Lampoon sticker on it. Papa Ritter stopping by on Instagram as well. So I wanted to go through these three, see how different they can be, especially with one that's been sitting on the shelf since 2020, which is where I'm going to start. Dad's on both. He's on both, y'all. IBN is dropping a Knob Creek pick this week. Sarah's birthday bottle. Ooh. I'm going to have to see if I can grab a taste of it. Similar. All very similar. But the Bluegrass Barrel Pickers has a little bit more brown sugar, caramel popcorn on it. It's definitely the most robust of the three. Somehow. All right. Final act of the night. Diving into this flight. Hope you all have enjoyed. I mean, I'm not done yet, so don't go anywhere. But mm. 2020 bottle. Classic nutty Knob Creek. Everything you love about a Knob Creek, I'm telling you. It was easy to confuse. Fair enough. Oh. The 10, almost 11-year pick has just that little bit extra caramel brown sugar oakiness to it. It really pushes it over the edge for me. Speaking of its bourbon night, Bourbon Bowl is coming. Are you going to be the ref again? As far as I know, let me text Chad and ask. I don't think I've asked him. Yeah, I haven't asked him yet. I hope so. I'd be bummed if not. Yeah, I think so far winner on the nose is the Bluegrass Barrel Pickers. Palate so far is the 10 almost 11. The Bluegrass Barrel Pickers is straight up a Cadbury cream egg. Chad said more than likely. So there you go. Sounds like I'm in. Yeah, Bluegrass Barrel Pickers. Cadbury cream egg. Super sweet. Very good. I'm a fan. I think the 11 year wins just a little bit. But I am, of course, going to have to do all three of them blended together. M sounds good. See y'all on Clifton stream later. I'll probably swing on by for a bit too. But we are, of course, wrapping up here tonight as well. It's been an incredibly fun stream. Thank you all so much for hanging out, listening to me talk about so many different things. We'll do it again next week. How's that sound? Thank you to the mods. Thank you to everybody who shows up every week and supports. You guys are the best. What's the thing Fantano says? You're the best. What should I review next? Hey, thanks for having me. Thanks for being here, Pop Ritter. Cheers, y'all. See you real soon. Until next time, though, I'm Perry. This has been TIMBP Live. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.